Watching the new home for live Grizzly athletics on the Grizzly Digital Network. We would like to thank our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. For more information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. Now, here's voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. I'm Matt Mahoney, your host, and we turn the page from last year to this year as we begin the 2014-15 athletic season. We begin with our fall sports and men's and women's soccer, and today we're joined by head men's soccer coach Steve DeCou. Coach, how are we doing today?
We're getting back to work.
We are today, literally.
Today.
It starts today. Fall athletes, our men's and women's soccer players reported today. Mm-hmm. They are here. They're in the building. Have we seen our guys? How do they look? Are they ready to roll?
We just came, we being me, just came from a fitness test. Very pleased. So looking forward to really getting the first practice this afternoon.
And that fitness test is to test what they did this summer. Did they sit on the couch and play video games, or did they get off the couch and get in a little bit of shape? Are we in some sort of shape right now?
Well, yeah, we're all in a shape. I mean, some of us are a little rounder than others, and round is a shape last time I figured out.
Guilty.
But no, they're fit. Are they where I want them to be? No. But nobody's going to be doing any of the extra noontime punishment because they came in unfit.
How did you even have a summer? How was your summer? How did it go?
My summer was awesome. I can't believe we're back to work now.
Yeah.
But like any good soccer coach, soccer fan, I spent 5 weeks sitting watching the World Cup. So that was enjoyable.
You and I both obviously pulling for the men's national team, and I thought it was a good run, maybe a little bit short of expectations, but did you get a chance to enjoy it, or do you get caught up in being a fan?
Oh, a fan for those games. Some of the other games, more of the coach with a little notepad taking notes of the trends and how I could implement some of that with us.
Absolutely.
The U.S. games, I mean, we watched the Portugal game together. There was no tactical analysis. No. It was screaming to score goals and going nuts. So, great summer.
Definitely enjoyed that game for sure, and obviously the men's team advancing. Your program starting to advance here as we move from year 2 to year 3. Our beloved founding fathers have done their job and laid the foundation. However, those are some key positions that are vacant. Are we ready for somebody to step up, or did we replace them in recruiting in the offseason?
On paper, we're ready.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in the next week how we develop. I think we brought in a great group of guys to replace the back four that we lost, some of the midfielders and strikers. I think we tried to bring in more goal scorers this year. I felt that was one of the areas we were lacking in. And so on paper we're great, but right now everybody's likes what they have coming in. Everybody's undefeated at this point, but I feel confident of where we are.
What can the guys do when you let them go in May? School's over, they're done, you send them home. What can they do to prepare for preseason?
Yeah, James Williams and Andy put together a great summer program for them. So they followed their 12-week program, and if today's test was any indication, they did a good job of coming back fit and ready to go. They've got to come in with at least a base fitness so that we can build on it. You can never prepare for game to get that game fitness, and that's where we try to push them past their limits. The new guys, they don't have a clue. But actually one of the new guys had the highest time on the beep test, and so a freshman coming in from Holland, Rude's best friend Pierre, just scored a 16 on the beep test, so we are very thrilled about that. And he's one of those guys we're expecting big things from.
And a day like today when you do the fitness test and it's physicals and media day, it just kind of gets you excited for preseason. There's nothing really going to hang your hat on and say, because a man passed the beep test, he's going to be our leading goal scorer.
No, exactly. And for some of these guys, Pierre just got off the plane last night from Holland. So this is his first taste of good old Georgia heat and humidity and the turf. And so, yeah, you're right. Today's just the first step. And they passed that. But, do the media day obligations, and then we'll see how we pan out the next 10 days.
You mentioned the big word, turf. What are some of the things that Coach DeCou has planned for the Grizzlies in this preseason?
6 a.m. practice, 6 p.m. practice, just so we don't kill them with the heat and humidity. We'll start to implement more training sessions in the afternoon, but right now it's just to get them acclimated, to get them together as a group so they understand their roles and responsibilities. And, we're going at 6 a.m. How many of our competitors are? And so that's some of the mental toughness component you try to instill, is that when others are sleeping, we're up working.
You mentioned mental toughness. I can only imagine for your players, they go, okay, It's preseason. It's 6 a.m. I've got to go through media day and physicals, and it's still preseason. They're not keeping stats. Nobody's here. How can you motivate a 18, 19-year-old through preseason?
Actually, I found that the preseason is when they're at their best. The hard motivation is when classes start.
Yeah.
And they've got to worry about a test coming up and how many pages they have to read. Right now, it's all just soccer. So yeah, they get up at 6 a.m., but then they go home and nap for a couple hours, come back to a meeting, nap for a couple hours, then come back to practice. So for them, this is, from when I played, I remember it, and even now with the guys, this is their favorite time of year.
Nice.
And the motivation is simple. We got a season coming up. We're putting together our goals. What are our expectations for the year? And so, I mean, it's simple with us. It's win championships. And so that's everything they're thinking about. And that's all their focus is. This is as close as you'll get to the professional environment because you don't have any other responsibilities. It's soccer, it's eat, it's sleep, it's get ready to go to the next practice. The hard part is come October when midterms are coming around and they've got to pull an all-nighter to study for that chem test, and they've got a training session, and then 2 days later they've got a game. Right now is the fun part.
You mentioned the fun, and something else you mentioned about winning championships. You were very adamant that we fell short of expectations last year, and it's hard to believe with the trophy that's sitting there in the trophy case that we can do bigger and better things. At what point do you and Coach May set goals? Do you involve the players at all? What is that process already in place, or do you kind of, is there a team meeting around, hey, listen, these are the expectations for this year?
Yeah, the players are going to help set the goals. I've got an idea, and there's certain ones that I will make sure get put in there. But for the most part, this is their team. At the end of the day, they're the ones who are going to make things happen, and they have to take ownership in it. It's my program. I plan on being here for years, but this 2014-15, this is their group. It's up to them. What do they really want to do? And so if we can get them to buy in and take ownership, then they will be more willing to put in the effort and the energy needed. There's certain things, we'll implement, say the academics. Can we get that 3.0? We've always fallen short. We're about a 2.8, which I would have taken that in college. But and for a group of 25 guys, that's not a bad average. But we can do better. We can do better on the field. We can, conference championship was nice, but you beat 2 of the 4 national semifinalists. We could have been there. So we've got to do a better job with that. But with the goals, if they'll buy into it and believe it and it's theirs, then they keep each other accountable.
Yep.
It's not something that they don't believe in that coach is forcing them to do. It's, hey, this is what we said, and if you as a teammate aren't holding up your end of the bargain, I'm going to call you on it, and I'm going to try to help us get to where we want to be.
Preseason is about a lot of things, fitness, installing your tactics, your program, competition. How many starting jobs would you say are kind of yet to be determined right now?
All 11.
Yeah.
I say that, there's probably 1 or 2 who are locked in, but they've got to prove that they've earned that right and that somebody else hasn't stepped up and done the work in the off season to take his job. And so realistically, when we have our first official meeting at 2 o'clock, they came in this morning, and at 9:30 they met with James Williams. They started the medical process. They did all of that. Then we did the fitness test. So our real first meeting is going to be 2 o'clock today, and we're going to tell everybody there are 11 jobs to be won. Everything is done now in training camp. Everything is done in practice, because we don't want anybody to feel that they've arrived or earned it without doing anything. And so that's the goal, is for everybody to fight and be on their toes.
Yep.
That competition, I think, is what the last 2 years what has set us apart and why we've been so successful.
Well, Coach DeCou, I know today's a busy day. You got a lot of things to take care of. I was going to let you off the hook here, but since you got a meeting at 2 o'clock, what's got to get done in Coach DeCou's office between now and that 2 o'clock meeting?
Oh, we have loads of paperwork that still needs to be done. We've got some things with guys coming in, making sure schedules are set for academics. Schedule who's going to go pick up the striker tomorrow at 1. Just little things. It's a lot of little things that add up, but can't wait to get out on the field this evening.
Well, Coach, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate your time. Looking forward to having you as a weekly guest here on Grizzlies.
Look forward to being back on the television.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. We'll take a break. We'll come back with head women's soccer coach Domenic Martelli. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk's Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Grizzly fans, you can purchase your season passes today. Packages are available for the fall or spring, or all sporting events throughout the 2013-14 season. You can find out more information by calling the Office of Athletics at 407-5275 or by visiting the game day ticket window. Single game discounts are available on game day, including youth, senior, military, and group rates. Tickets are selling fast as the Grizzlies take the field and compete for postseason championships for the very first time. We invite you to come experience fast-paced collegiate athletics at a friendly price. Visit grizzlyathletics.com for more information and be sure to purchase your season tickets today.
As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student-athletes, faculty and staff, fans, boosters, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control and operate in our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College. We expect our student-athletes to be model students in the classroom by offering academic support services in a variety of ways throughout their collegiate career. From study halls and tutoring to mentoring and personal growth and development training, GGC puts academic success at the forefront of our mission. Go Grizzlies!
Are you tracking the very latest with Grizzly Athletics? Stay up to date by following Grizzly Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag Grizzly Athletics all season long. And as always, catch all the recaps, stats, and news on grizzlyathletics.com. Don't be left out. Follow all the latest with Grizzly Athletics online.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, everybody, here to Grizzlies Live in Newk Eatery. We're joined by the one and only. Is it okay to say you're my favorite interview?
Well, I think.
Don't tell Steve. Don't tell Brad.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
Just between you and me.
And they probably won't watch this, right?
No. They're out of season. They're off recruiting and
they'll
stuff.
see it pretty quickly, I think.
How are we doing?
Good. Long time no see.
I'm telling you. How was your summer?
Very good. Very good.
What was the best place you watched the World Cup? You watched the World Cup, didn't you?
Well, I think this year was really one of the first years we didn't do that Griswold family vacation.
So
I was in Clark Griswold going to all the different venues all over the world and the United States. But the World Cup, I think, kind of created that vacation, that trip. As far as the best place, I was able to watch it with a lot of friends and family. But my son and I and my brother, Nicholas, and my brother Sal, were able to watch it, the U.S. game, the first one, at an Irish pub called Fido in Buckhead. So the atmosphere, the amount of people, the TVs, I think I cheered so loud in one of the goals when we went ahead 2-1 that I almost
got lightheaded.
I almost got lightheaded.
They didn't card Nicholas at the door?
Oh, no. He's good. He went right in. He had a full USA kit.
Oh, he's good.
He took pictures. They put him on the website.
That's awesome.
So that actually, I think the special meaning of being able to watch the World Cup, see the USA win, but watch it with my son and then, of course, my brother. And then we were able to watch the final at my father-in-law's with my parents there.
Nice.
So my dad, my son, myself, and my father-in-law. So a couple generations.
That's awesome.
And my father-in-law is German, so we were able to get him a Germany shirt. So it was really nice.
Cool, good stuff.
Absolutely.
Maybe better stuff are girls reported today, women's soccer players. How many have you seen them? Have you had a meeting? Have you got together yet?
Well, I've made it a tradition through my years to always meet the freshmen when they're moving in.
Okay.
So I go to the dorms, I kind of see all the parents, relax everybody a little bit. Some of the parents, it's their oldest, their baby, or their youngest going away to college. So I did that. So I saw a couple of the move-ins there, a couple of girls in the apartments. One or two stopped by to get some treatment done. So they're excited. Our meetings are this afternoon.
Yep.
And as the schedule goes, it gets pretty hectic.
You mentioned the schedule. Give me an idea of what your girls what the Grizzlies have to go through before they even get to set foot on the practice field to get ready for preseason.
Well, I think, we're trying to do due diligence to every phase of compliance, admissions. But really the biggest thing is getting through the medical stuff.
Yep.
So all the paperwork, all their admissions, getting cleared, all that's going to happen today if it hasn't already done paperwork-wise. So that way we can have our meetings. And really now we're looking at our rules. We're looking at what Dr. Darren Wilson has us paying attention to with our facility and how we act. And then really they can bond together at a dinner tonight. And after that, hopefully they get a good night rest, they hydrate, because tomorrow morning it goes. We start running, and they're going to be not very happy with me. But hey, that's preseason.
Well, what's the biggest challenge for preseason? What is coach's objective?
Well, I think most of the time the girls try to get themselves in the best shape they can. Maddie, I don't think they know what to expect or get enough of that throughout the summer. So my adjustments, my expectations will change every day. Where we are in certain fitness tests, where we are in certain playing, getting everybody on the same page tactically. But the whole thing is, if they can buy in and support each other, motivating each other, we really can push them to as much as what we think can get them prepared for not only the beginning of the year, but that 3-month season, because at the end of the year is when it counts.
Dr. Darren Wilson loves facilities. He put in what he calls a walking track around the Grizzly soccer complex. How will you utilize that? I know there's a couple girls that work behind the scenes here all summer long last year that are looking forward to the walking track. Coach, it's a walking track.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to measure it exactly so we know how far it is. We'll do some training on it. We don't want to do too much because it is hard. It's not a track. It's still got pavement, blacktop type feeling to it. So we'll still do most of our stuff on the field. But yeah, we're going to use it in a measuring where we have to run a 400 or we have to run a 300 or a mile. We'll be able to do it on that distance. But we have other fun trails of running. We have campus runs.
Nice.
There's plenty of time to figure out what a run is going to be.
So we'll run on the trail and walk on the track.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
How do you? I asked the same question to Coach DeCou. You're dealing with 18 and 19-year-olds who understand it's preseason. They're trying to get in shape, and there's no stats, there's no fans, there's no cameras. How do you motivate them in the preseason?
Well, you know what? Great players will decide what they need to achieve, and that gives them the motivation. Great players also figure out how to win championships, and that should motivate them. So when you look at an individual, we have to address it in a different way. I don't know if you saw the acceptance speech for the Football Hall of Fame for the Giants. I'm just trying to blank. Michael Strahan. That was his job, and he went through every single player, and then he made fun of Eli because he couldn't motivate Eli in that way. Well, that's kind of how we are as coaches. We have to guide them. We have to motivate them in a team sense and be positive throughout that whole time. But how I motivate you is going to be different how I motivate someone else. So we have to understand what buttons to push, how we push them. But I think being positive as much as possible, whether they've done great or maybe not so well, will get them that little bit of a feeling. Whether it's a pat on the back or it's just a thumbs up, or maybe in some cases it's a smile only, and that'll at least get them to cheer up and turn that, maybe not a great feeling that they have into a little bit better of a feeling.
You've prepared all summer, probably all off season since the spring with Sherwalta and your staff and whatnot. Do you have an objective? Do you have a 1 or 2 thing list that says we have to be here before that first game?
Well, number one, you always have to figure out a way to include your new players. But it's not including them just tactically and technically and functionally in the team. You have to include them in the off field, in the personalities, in how we do things as a culture. So that's important. To me, that's probably more important than the X's and O's getting started. If you have enough good players, you'll find ways to win. You'll figure out, you coach them in a game. But if they're walking across that line when games start and there's no togetherness, there's not a meshing of personalities, there's not a meshing of strengths and weaknesses, then no matter how much coaching you do, they're not going to get what you want to accomplish. So that's an important part. Yes, I'm more excited for getting as many good players on the field every single minute in preseason, in games, running, fitness, dinners, meals, team building, whatever it is, get them together as much as possible.
You might answer my next question. What do you look forward to seeing here during the preseason?
Yeah, you look forward to the players that are returning to be at the point they were at last spring, if not better. the new players quickly either catching up or taking those players to the next level, and then again getting them together so that we can be a better team than we were when we left last year, but also really reach a higher goal together. With that would be the NAI National Tournament to start.
Good stuff. Dom, I know you got here right at the buzzer. It's a busy day. Athletes are back. What's going on for the rest of the day here? I know you got activities planned.
Well, I ordered a salad, so that's a good start.
And you're back in the weight room again.
Yes, I'm working out.
We will confirm here. Sources confirm on the Grizzly Digital Network. Coach Martelli is in the weight room. We're working on it. We're proud of you.
We'll video some of that, so it's
it
valid proof. But really, Sherolta's back and putting our packet together. We try to give all the players more information than they need because they need to get a grip on everything we're doing. As simple as just the calendar, our preseason rules. So we have all our department heads coming in and meeting our department heads, people from our department that are head of different parts of what we do in the athletics department, coming in and meeting the girls, getting to explain certain things. I think we'll be excited to finish our physicals today. Our athletic training staff is phenomenal, getting us prepared, and really go out to dinner. It's kind of a habit. I'm a creature of habit with tradition, and get them to have that dinner. Then they can go relax and really think about what tomorrow's going to bring and how they're going to bring it, really. That's the most important thing.
Well, Coach Martelli, can't thank you enough. You're
you
always
much,
welcome
Manny.
here. It's always a pleasure. We'll always have a good time.
Great to be here at Newk's, too.
Absolutely. So that's women's head coach, Domenic Martelli. We'll take another break and put a nice little bow on this show. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Go Grizzlies.
Love it.
As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student-athletes, faculty and staff, fans, boosters, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control and operate in our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College. We expect our student-athletes to be model students in the classroom by offering academic support services in a variety of ways throughout their collegiate career. From study halls and tutoring to mentoring and personal growth and development training, GGC puts academic success at the forefront of our mission. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies!
Grizzly fans, you can purchase your season passes today. Packages are available for the fall or spring or all sporting events throughout the 2013-14 season. You can find out more information by calling the Office of Athletics at 678-407-5275 or by visiting the game day ticket window. Single game discounts are available on game day, including youth, senior, military, and group rates. Tickets are selling fast as the Grizzlies take the field and compete for postseason championships for the very first time. We invite you to come experience fast-paced collegiate athletics at a friendly price. Visit grizzlyathletics.com for more information and be sure to purchase your season tickets today. Are you tracking the very latest with Grizzly Athletics? Stay up to date by following Grizzly Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag Grizzly Athletics all season long. And as always, catch all the recaps, stats, and news on grizzlyathletics.com. Don't be left out. Follow all the latest with Grizzly Athletics online.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. Couple of promotion things I want to send your way. Grizzly Game Bites newsletter, back in full swing. Make sure you're signed up for that. Go on our website. Just submit your email address, 100% free. It'll keep you updated and get you ready for this soccer season. Grizzly Club, don't miss out. A lot of great activities and events going on this fall with men's and women's soccer. Don't forget also your claw card discounts, all GGC students discounts here at Newk Eatery. So if you move right on over from campus here to Newk's, be sure to use your claw card and tell them we sent you. What else we got here? Men's and women's soccer schedules are available on our website. Also, another congratulations is in order for Grizzly Athletic Director Dr. Darren Wilson, as he was nominated by his peers to the Executive Committee of the NAIA Athletic Directors Association. Huge honors for him to be elected to that. A lot of things in the future that he has in store for him, and a lot of great things in his commitment to the NAIA. So congratulations to him. Check out that story and, of course, our schedules on grizzlyathletics.com. Myron, first job on the 1s and 2s. Thumbs up for him. Great job. We stayed on air the whole time. We will take next Wednesday off, but we'll be back in full swing August 20th, Wednesday, right here at noon on the Grizzly Digital Network for Grizzlies Live at Newk's Eatery, and then we'll be weekly shows from there on out. So summer schedule's behind us. Put it on your calendar, August 20th, our next episode. We will have a full Grizzly report on Friday with athletes reporting to campus and what the things they had to go through that we just talked about with Coach Martelli and Coach DeCou. Let's get out of here. For our entire cast and crew, Colin Wilson, new to the production team. Glad to have him aboard. Matt, the intern, we say so long to you, bud. Good luck in his ventures. Myron's going to be a fixture. I'm Matt Mahoney signing off saying so long, everybody. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk's Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
I'd like to thank all of our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. You can watch this game and previous games by clicking the On Demand tab at the top of the page. In addition, you can watch coaches' shows and weekly feature stories all on the Grizzly Digital Network by clicking the On Demand tab as well. For the latest information, including game recaps, schedules, and so much more, visit grizzlyathletics.com.